there, what's happening? Coach Chris Wilson here in the Criticalbench compound. Thank you so much for joining us today. Kristen Dixon is here to assist. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I appreciate you. So what we're going to do in today's video is we're going to go through 7 basic kind of total body exercises. If you're at home and you're looking for some stuff that you can do for every part of your body that it requires no equipment, just body weight. And you can put these 7 together and create your own kind of workout with them. Whether you did all 7 in a workout or if you just took 3 or 4 of them, whatever you want to do. There might be 1 or 2 that are too challenging for you, you just don't like, so then just run with the other ones. But we're going to break down 7 of what I feel are the best ones for those people out there who are looking for something they can do different at home that's effective and fun. So Kristen's going to demonstrate all these great exercises for you today. We're going to go ahead and kick things off with some pause squats. So we're taking a traditional exercise. Everyone knows what a bodyweight squat looks like, but we're going to make it a little harder by pausing at the bottom of the rep, okay? So go ahead and set up here. Yeah, so you can see her from the side, which will probably be more helpful to you actually at home. So when she goes down, she's going to hold that position, I should say, and her leg, drop it even another inch. There you go. So you want that leg to be pretty much horizontal, right? As deep as you can go, see, but her good posture with her eyes forward. And then back up, really good. Down, pause, count like 3 seconds slowly in your head, and then come up out of it. If you want more of a challenge with this pause squat, count to 5 seconds. Time under tension. So the more time you give yourself in that low position, it's great for the hips. And try to really kind of push your knees outward as you go down. You want to really, like you're trying to abduct the legs as you go down. You don't want those knees collapsing in. You really want that outward force, which actually helps engage the glutes. I mean, if you just stand there and put your hands right here on the side of your glutes, and then without moving your feet, just push your knees out. Immediately, you start to feel the muscles in your glutes fire. Just pushing your knees outward like this. And that's what I'm asking you to do. So you get your good foot position, keep those knees out as you drop down and stay in that pause position, right? 3 to 5 seconds for at least 10 reps. Great exercise. Love that exercise. Okay. That's number 1. Number 2, hand release push-ups. Okay. This is a great way to take a basic exercise, a push-up, but you're getting more out of it. Good. Hands come up and then fully push out of it. Good. Down easy. Push up. Boom. Abs are tight. Down. Good. So everything's touching the ground at the same time. When she comes down, good. So you want pretty much from your chest through your hips to your thighs, you want everything kind of making contact with the floor at once. Lift and then press out. Boom. So hand release, push up. Good. So, and that's good. Rest for me. That's excellent. What you're doing with that push up is you're getting full range of motion and you're slowing it down. What a tendency with a lot of people, if they're maybe not as good with their push-ups, is they'll rush through them, they'll do mini reps, stuff like that. So another way to do that actually, because if you're more beginner level, you might say push-ups for me are hard. Do it from the knees. Because a lot of people sometimes, and then they feel wonky when they do push-ups from the knees. But you can do a hand release knee push-up all the way down, hands come up, and then press out of it. Everything's the same, but now you're reducing the amount of weight that you're working with, right? So your pivot point now is from your knees rather than your toes. And you've cut down your weight, much more reasonable, right?
For starting, I like always, even I nowadays still will do on the knees at times.
On the knees.
Yeah.
You could start with full-fledged push-ups and then go to the knees. If you're failing at 5 or 6 reps, then finish out your set. Again, try to get to like 10. 10's like a golden number in weightlifting, weight training, because it's a great starting point. If you're working more for strength, with heavier loads, then you're going to start decreasing reps, right? But if you're looking for just kind of total body fitness, 10 reps is a great place to go. Now we got the doozy, okay? Yeah, this one gets her. Yeah. That's what makes this so enjoyable though, okay? So we're gonna come up. This is called a rocket lunge. So again, we're taking the basics, but we're putting them a little twist on the basics, right? A little bit of flair on a little, what do they call that? Is it flair? Is that what they call it?
A little sparkle.
Little glitter, a little sparkle on it. So a rocket lunge is simply doing basically a plyometric stationary lunge is what you're doing. Okay, so you're holding position, but you're leaping up and then coming right back down in the same position. Okay, so let's see. I'm not gonna. Don't overthink it.
Okay.
Don't overthink it. Remember, opposing limbs. Opposing limbs. So you're down. Good, and then switch and down. Yes.
Oh, I got it.
You got it, girlfriend. Boom. Let's get it. That's it. Do a couple more. Boom. Good. Rest. Whew. Now let's see if you can switch it. Let's see if you can reverse it. No, that looked really good. And actually, face the camera for these, if you would. I want to see a straight on shot. So now the other leg is back, right? So go down into it. Boom, like you're running. That's perfect. And they call it rocket lunge. No, that's okay. You're doing awesome. They call it rocket lunge because it's like you're exploding up. You're exploding straight up in the air.
I did it wrong just there.
It's okay. It's a bit of a mental thing for some people sometimes because of you have the upper body and the lower body following a pattern of movement. Boom, and then back down. Good. And that's what keeps you in rhythm. When the arms go with it, that's great. See? You nailed it, dude.
Yeah.
You nailed it.
That's the first time.
No, that's right. Yeah, we've done that exercise before, and it's like really messed with their head.
Yeah.
So if you're, it's totally normal. But once you get it down, once you realize that it's just an opposing limb thing, boom, boom. So it's almost like see my elbow and my knee are kind of together here, and then they come together there and back down. So you just slow the motion down, and the key is you're trying to just elevate and jump and leave the floor for just a split second. Rocket lunges. Love that exercise. Gets the heart rate up.
It does.
5 to 10 reps per leg, okay? 5 to 10 reps per leg. Anywhere in there is a great place to live. Do all one side, then do the other. Now we're going to go to the turf for the next exercise, number 4. All right, so we're over here on the turf. We have a really nice long runway. We use the turf for all kinds of agility exercises. It's a great space, though, for bear crawls, okay? Bear crawls is one of my favorite, honestly, one of my favorite. I've done it in a lot of previous video content. Total body weight only movements because it gets your mind going, it works your legs, it works your shoulders, your arms, your core, everything's engaged. So we're down in a 4-point position, knees are hovering. The key with a good bear crawl is that the shoulders and the hips are lined up, spine is nice and level, and then we move opposing limbs. Yep. Just think like Spider-Man crawling up the side of a building kind of idea, or like an animal crawling in nature. That's what you're seeing. Really slow. Good. So the body really stays good, and turn and come back, Kristen. That's great. The body maintains position. Okay. So from the crown, the top of her head, to her butt, she's maintaining that position. Good. So keep the hips nice and low, knees just hovering. And if you feel your butt pop up, or if you feel like you're coming out of alignment, just assess as you go through those. Those look really good. So it's just that key. If you'll follow me for a quick second, you're here, right? Sometimes what people happen, their butt pops up, right? You want to stay down nice and low. Boom, boom. And then you can mess with tempo. You can do backwards. You can do, there's like sideways. There's lots of ways to do bear crawl, and they're all great. You can drag weight. So like I said, I've done a ton of video content with animal crawling and bear crawls. It's one of my favorites because it works everything, gets you out of breath, and anything that people hate, is a good exercise. If I put on the board for our team workouts, bear crawls, people are like, oh, Frank, we're doing bear crawls today. They don't like it because it's hard, because it works everything. And so it's good. Okay, we're going to go back over there because we got a few more exercises for you. All right, Miss Kristen, so now we got exercise. We got 5, 6, and 7 left. 5, 6, 7. So you've seen 4 so far. Let's hit the deck again. We're going to do a side plank. Elbow, side plank. So there's different ways to do side planks. Actually, there's a whole lot of them. Why don't we just go cover some of the kind of most traditional ones? So first, let's go scissored legs, right? on your elbow. And the key here is stacking, okay? So you want elbow under shoulder. So you can even tuck your elbow a little bit more to your body. There you go. So see how nice and vertical your lower arm is? Hips are good, like a little bit more square. Good. And then your head, turn your head a little bit more like that. Good. So your head is in good alignment with your spine, right? And you got good stability because you've scissored your legs. Now relax your hips down and stack your legs. So a little bit harder from the scissored position is fully stacked feet. Good. And then let the other hand come on top of the body. Good. Now, if you really feel unstable this way, then go back to scissored. But this is definitely harder, okay? See, you see her shaking and stuff? Because her body's trying to find center constantly. Good. And relax. That's good. Just relax. Now, if both of those feel not very good to you, go ahead and bend your knees. Bend both knees stacked on top of each other. So push your hips forward. Your hips are a little bit more this way. Put your hips out here and then bring your knees back this way so your body's more straight from your knees to your shoulders. So, yep. And then from there, plank up. And then try to do hand on hips. Good. So much easier, right? Yeah. Added stability too. So again, we've reduced the length of the body by just going from the knees, but we've increased stability by now she has points from her knee to her toes touching. But you're still working, right? Still feel the abs. Okay, so still a really good plank. So all of these are great, and what's good is it's hitting the spine in a much different way. We're typically, what we're doing when we're training our spine is we're doing a lot of flexion-based exercise, sometimes extension, not enough typically, and very rarely are we hitting lateral angles. So lateral stability is fantastic. And it's underutilized, and that's why I love adding these types of movements into, and then what you want to do is like 10, 15, 20 seconds per side. If you're an animal, you could probably go up to like 30 seconds on a side, switch to the other side, and then just do sets of, 2, 3, 4 sets of those. That's a great exercise. That's a good job.
Thanks.
Yeah, you did good. Okay, now we're going to go into Russian twists. So you're just going to sit back. Now the key to a good Russian twist, and you don't even need an extra piece of equipment. You don't need a ball. You don't need a kettlebell or a dumbbell. If you want, you can, but you don't need it. The key is to lean back before you even do your first twist to where you feel tension. As soon as you feel tension and there's effort in holding that position, now you found probably your bottom position, hands together, and now try to rotate like a clock, 3 to 9. Good. And eyes, notice her eyes track her hands. Good. So you're getting total rotation of the spine from the lumbar through the thoracic to the cervical, right? So we're getting all of this spinal rotation, this twisting, which we have a tendency to do less and less of as we age. And that's why our spine gets more stiff and tight, and doing rotation movements don't feel as good because we're just not doing it as much. My kids would have no trouble doing this because they're young kids. They're tumbling and rolling and twisting and flipping around all the time. But adults lack a lot of good spinal rotation, so that's really good. So the key here is just maintain good posture while going through these rotations. Good. And you could do this one for either time or however many reps you want to count each way. So 20 to 30 seconds of time, or 20 reps or something, 10 to each side. That would be a great way to do it. Okay, so that is 6 of our 7. Our final one, if you just will flip over, and then you're going to hold a push-up position. And we're going to do a slow go mountain climber. So slow mountain climber. So a lot of times what you see with people is they go super fast with their mountain climbers. Exactly. And then back out. Good. So I want a nice slow time under tension. Drive that knee in. We do this in yoga a lot when we train here. We do yoga on Wednesdays. And our yoga instructor will have us hold positions like this, where we have to pull our knee in and hold. So you're holding like a single leg tuck for an extended period of time. Way more challenging on the abs. So you're getting like abdominal stability with that single side, the isolation, right? So it's an isolateral, one at a time. That looks really good. And you feel that. You feel that nice like crunching while you're stabilizing. Good. And good, and rest for a second. Good. And there's other ways to do this. You could go down to the elbows and do the one where you kind of pull the knee in from the outside. They call them like Spider-Man, like plank tucks, or there's lots of ways to do it. But I love that mountain climber there where you just slow it down a little bit and then get somewhere in that 10 to 20 rep range, going nice and easy with your reps. Time under tension. All right. Great job.
Awesome.
Pow. Bam. 7 basic full body exercises that you can do at home, body weight only, no equipment required. Terrific, right?
Yeah, it was good.
You could do all 7 of those in one routine if you'd like. You could do them in a giant circuit. You could do like 2 or 3 sets of each, with like 60 seconds of rest in between, and just do that. Or just pull 3 or 4 of them out and do those as a standalone routine. Or just incorporate those into an existing workout that you already have, because, I say, oh, there's a few in there I'd like to add in. So piecemeal it any way you want. Those are all terrific exercises. They're variations of a lot of the traditional lifts that are out there, of course. Hey, we want to give you a free gift, something that I put together a few years back. It's the 10 best bodyweight exercises of all time. It's a free PDF. You can download it right now. But what's cool about it has 5 bonus bodyweight exercises in it, plus a video showcasing how to do all the exercises. Okay, so not only do you get a nice 20+ page PDF that you can keep forever, it talks to you about the benefits of bodyweight training. You also get the video to follow along and see the exercises getting done. It's just a really terrific resource. We want you to have it. It's in the pinned comment below this video. It's in the description area. It's above my head. It's in the end screen. Anywhere you look, you'll find this resource. We thank you so much for joining us today. Give Kristen a huge thumbs up for all her efforts, for those rocket lunges especially. Please leave us questions or comments about any of the things that you've seen in this video. We will get back to you. We answer everything. And don't forget to subscribe to Criticalbench, because we're putting out videos all the time. We'll hope to see you in the next one.